open the jawbridge.
The powers of evil control Castle Grayskull.
Oh yeah, Dad, watch Ram Man's power. I'll get us inside, He-Man.
Ram Man, He-Man, and Castle Grayskull, each sold separately. You have to put the castle together.
Ram Man, use your head. I just did. Not that way. We have a prisoner.
Good. Who's the prisoner?
You are, because we have the power.
Oh, no.
Ram Man and He-Man from the Masters of the Universe collection, each sold separately. Castle Grayskull also sold separately from Mattel.
Hello everyone, this is David Clark, owner of AdultCollector.org, a network of pages and groups on Facebook celebrating everything we love about He-Man and She-Ra, and this is a review of Mattel's new Masters of the Universe Origins Ram Man figure. Ram Man is looking so wonderfully vintage in this packaging. I'm incredibly tempted just to leave this one unopened and say, sorry guys, but no review this time, but yeah, no, I guess I'll open this one and probably buy an extra one down the road. I definitely will be buying a second one so that I can paint him in the mini comic colors. You know, I love the 1984 style artwork in the corner here. Of course, the deluxe figure sets give the artists more room to play. I really appreciate the additional accessories that we get with these deluxe figure sets, and it almost makes me wish that all of the figures were deluxe figure sets. I'd gladly pay an extra $5 to get some more accessories and heads. I do get a bit bummed when some things about the vintage designs are changed as they're translated into new Origins designs. This kind of change I'm totally fine with, the inclusion of a second axe and the second head, because those changes are with the accessories that you can choose to leave off of the figure if you want to display the figure in their vintage form. How cool is it that we get the perfect artist tag team for this packaging art? Alex Jimenez and Francisco Echart. They have been knocking it out of the park for every figure. I feel really spoiled. Here is this titanic struggle. All of this artwork tells a great story. This fight between Ram Man and Faker, who's piloting Roton. And it's so wonderful that we get these teasers of figures that'll, assuredly show up in the line. And notice that Faker, they've chosen to give him the magenta sword and armor, which is featured on I would really love to see like a mini comic or some other story that takes, that really captures all of the different scenes that we're seeing in the packaging art for this toy line. By the way, I wanted to show you right below the artwork, you have some more artwork that they did, which is to show off his action feature, which I can't wait to look at. So, of course, I really wish we received a full-sized 22-page mini-comic, but Robert Rudman did a very impressive job of writing a 6-page story with lots of action and characters. It would be great if the artists who contributed to these mini-comics could be given credit in the book. The pages were colored by Val Staples, owner of He-Man.org and the annual PowerCon convention. I've mentioned before how exciting it is to see teasers of characters that will likely be included in the toy line, and here you can see a younger King Randor and Queen Marlena, along with palace guards and hover robots. I can imagine the frenzy of collecting Mattel will trigger when they introduce their first army builder sets to the line. The colors are vibrant, and the line art has a nice vintage feel to it. I appreciate the more vintage-looking He-Man in this book. His ears aren't sticking out like they did in the first book. Notice that in this storyline, He-Man's battle armor is a piece of technology created by Man-at-Arms rather than being something that He-Man summons using his power sword. And Skeletor says that his own armor was forged in the fires of Snake Mountain, which is really cool because that's exactly what happened in the old Filmation cartoon episode called Evelyn's Plot. Okay, I wanted to point out just a few differences compared with the vintage design. This new one has some black paint on the belt. Also, if you look at the top of the helmet, you'll see that it's dented. It's intentionally sculpted to look like there's a big dent in it. And also, look at those bracers on the vintage figure. It's just a little sticker. and you can clearly see that it's the bracers are sculpted onto his arms on the new one. And here's a look at the back of Ram Man. You can see the sculpting is just about identical. I can't really see any noticeable difference, which is fantastic. I want my Origins figures looking as vintage as possible. And here's one more example showing you just how close the sculpt is to the vintage figure. You can see the handle's just a little bit longer on this Origins figure, but otherwise all the details there. It's all preserved in this new design. I love it. I am incredibly impressed that they actually gave us the action feature. Look at this. You can actually, it's spring loaded. You can actually make him propel a little tiny bit up into the air. Very cool. Look at that. You just click it into place and let him go. Yep. Okay, as requested, let's have a look at the articulation on Ram Man. His arm is articulated at the shoulder. You can see there plenty of articulation, and at the elbow you can actually twist it all the way around, and the same articulation is at the wrist, up and down. There you go. Okay, and I want to illustrate that you can actually remove his arms just like you can remove his head, and you can swap them out with other Origins figures' arms. They use the same peg hole, and look at that leg articulation. That knee can be turned, yeah, quite a bit. There's the other one. And I wanted to illustrate that you can twist the boot around. I don't know if it can be removed. And you can see here, this is a look at how, even though it's articulated, you can push the legs up into his torso. And there really isn't much articulation happening in the head, which is fine. It's Ram Man. And you can see, you know, the plastic on the helmet's pretty gummy, which is great. It's not too gummy. It's just pliable enough to work very well. So let's look at the alternative head here. Oh, look at that. That is really kind of badass looking. He looks kind of evil, like an evil guard. And I kind of do like the new axe. It goes really well with his evil looking head. Look at that. And you'll see you can attach that other hand that he comes with so that he can grip both weapons. He is definitely ready for battle. He's ready to kick some butt. And look at this, you can actually attach the vintage weapon to the new design. And you can, so it makes it kind of like this really wicked looking axe staff. And by the way, here is, yeah, I'll just remove the hand. There you go. Just to illustrate that it can be swapped out. A very tiny peg. I'm a little bit worried that that would be easy to damage. Otherwise, you know, this is a very well constructed figure. I'm very happy with the weight. It's very heavy. I'm sure it'll fit right in with people's classics figure collections as well. And there you have it. Ram Man is certainly my favorite figure in the line so far, and it's wonderful that we've received so many figures in this line already, with many more on the way. And this is in addition to Mattel's Masters of the WWE Universe toy line, which is designed with parts that can be swapped with the Origins figures parts to create a huge variety of characters from your imagination. In the description of this video, I'm going to give you a link that will provide you with all of the codes, the pricing information, the wave information, everything you need to track down these figures online and at the store. This will include a video, a buyer's guide that gives you some tips on how to find them. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and enjoying this video. If you do like it, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. That'll let me know that you want more content. And I encourage everybody to visit the Masters of the Universe Origins fans group on Facebook. It's part of AdultCollector.org's network of pages and groups celebrating everything we love about He-Man and She-Ra. Until next time, stay safe and good journey, everyone.